It's been 9 months since I left my 9 to 5, and honestly, I thought I'd miss it. The structure, the routine, the daily rush. But here's the truth, I don't. And that realization has helped shape how I see work right now. Now, in case you are new here, my name is Cynthia, and you are welcome to Cynthia's Epiphany. And I'm a Nigerian on a gap year. And if you're confused, or just like me, you're hearing gap year for the first time in your life, like I was 12 years ago, you're in luck because I have this video up here and you can go watch it to see exactly what a gap year is. Now, since month 1 of my gap year, I have been experimenting, trying new things, resting, learning to be okay with having a silent season of your life. You know, that silence that comes when you're not constantly busy. I'm learning to be okay with it. It's not easy, I must say, but I think I'm okay with it now. But no, I will never be okay with it, but I'm learning. In this period, I've also spent a lot of time on LinkedIn, just observing people build their lives online. And it has shown me something really, really interesting. One thing that I've really observed is that people are on the move and they're moving really fast. Oh my God, I've had a few moments where I felt like, didn't this person just do this? And now they are this, or didn't this person just start that? And now this thing has grown like this. There's a lot of speed. It's almost as if something is chasing everyone. And I can't help but wonder, do they even know where they are going? Because the easiest thing to be is on the move. But another thing to be sure that you're moving, number one, to some place that you actually want to be, and number two, that you're moving somewhere in the right direction. Those are two different things entirely. Another deep thought that I've had this period is this year has made me realize that I do not need to be in constant motion to be moving forward. I know that sounds paradoxical, but it's very, very true. Anyway, I'm not here to wax philosophical. In this video, I'll just share 5 realizations that I had 1 month into my gap year. Let's get into it. But the first one is that my sleep routine is still a mess. You know, when you're going to work, especially for someone like me that was in a high pressure environment, for context, I was working in a bank before now. And you know how we bankers do, especially in Nigeria. I don't know how they are outside the country, but in Nigeria, your days are more of early days, and we hardly see sun. Let me just put it that way. You hardly see sunlight because as early as you're on the move and then you come back when the sun goes down. That kind of thing can have an impact in your sleep routine because when you get back from work, the rest of your post-work hours is crammed and packed full with chores and activities, things that you have to do. That can have a profound effect on your sleep routine. And for a long time, before my gap year, I used to think that when I finally got my gap year, or when I finally quit this job, my sleep routine will be normalized. But 1 month into my gap year, the biggest shocker was my sleep routine was still a mess. I don't sleep as early as I thought I should, or it was just haphazard. Like I thought I would just give myself, the normal 7 to 8 hours of sleep at night and, do productive work throughout the day. No, I didn't. My sleep routine was still a mess. And that point actually leads me to realization number 2, which is my best work still happens at night. This was the most shocking to me, you guys, because I genuinely thought, because I am always upskilling. I'm a typical Nigerian, so I'm always also on the move. And so even when I was working in the bank, I used to take courses, or attempt to take courses because I really couldn't finish them because my brain was also always so tired after work. A lot of the courses I started, I just couldn't finish them. But I used to attempt things. I used to read all the time after work and do a million other things after work. So I thought that, finally, I can import that daytime productivity. When I quit my job, I'll import that daytime productivity. And I may not even work for 8 hours or 9 hours like I used to at the bank. This was my thought process that I will just even work 4 hours deep work or 5 hours deep work and I'll be fine during the day. And I can sleep as much as or do other things with my other time. Well, I'm here to tell you that it's not true. This gap year has really opened my eyes to the fact that we don't all operate in the same way. Some of us just do our best work during the day, some do our best work at night. Quitting job did not make me a daytime person, it did not make me a morning person. It just means that I have more hours during the day to sleep. That's I don't miss work. Now, this might sound obvious, but trust me, it's not that obvious because I thought I'll have some nostalgia. Nostalgia what? Nothing like nostalgia. I didn't have any damn nostalgia about work. In fact, I quit my job on the very last day of January, which was 31st, and it was a Friday. So I thought that I'll be one of those people who by Monday, I'll mistakenly grab my bag and, attempt to start preparing for work. By Monday, I'd even forgotten that I used to work in a bank. I'm not even joking. This one was such a rude shock to me. I did not miss it one bit. I thought my body, because I worked there for almost 4 years, I thought that there would be some acclimatization that must have gone on in my body system. Lies. I didn't feel anything. I was more than happy. Like I woke up Monday, although my body had gotten used to waking up very early at a certain hour. So I just woke up and I went back to sleep. It just occurred to me very fast that I'm not supposed to resume somewhere. But as the days went by, not only that, I just found out that it's like I'd lost that flavor for, the morning rush. It looks cool, especially in movies or maybe as a young girl, maybe you're fresh out of school currently. I realized that there was one morning in particular that I stayed at the veranda and I was just watching people flagging down bikes and, these tricycles trying to go out. And I think I was going on my morning walk that day and I was just pitying all of them. I was pitying all of them. I will not lie. I was like, hi, see how she's rushing to work this morning. And I was just walking calmly. Calmly. I really did not miss work, honestly. This gap year showed me that. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm just wondering, how did I ever do it? How did I cope? How did I manage? Now, another rude realization I had is that work expands to fill the time allocated for it. Now, I'm sure most of you must have heard this quote in one way or the other. Let me tell you, between me and you, they did not lie. You need discipline. Once you step out of the structure of corporate life, it is so easy to watch time pass you by. You will just be dilly-dallying the whole day. And the next thing is night. It's as if time moves faster when you're out of that corporate space. Because I used to remember then when I was working in the bank, after talking and talking and talking and talking and doing a lot, you wake up and you see that the clock has only moved by half an hour. And you'll be wondering, all this work I'm doing is not yet closing time. Then I used to be very angry. But trust me, the way days run when you're outside of that corporate environment, you will realize that you need a buttload and a truckload of discipline to get anything done. In my own case, because the main reason for my gap year, apart from wanting to take a break, my gap year is more of a career break. So I was trying to transition into data analysis. And for me, one thing I did was I tried to jump in immediately after. And I'm going to talk about that in my next point. So because I tried to do that, I struggled for a while because I was learning on my own. I didn't realize again how much discipline is required. I just thought the willpower was enough. You need to actually force yourself and enforce deadlines. I began to have a new appreciation for corporate structure as a whole. Yes, I know I just said I did not miss them, but they really ate with that fixing deadlines of a thing. Deadlines are important. You need discipline to get anything done outside corporate life. And then the final realization that I had is you will bedrot for some time. I wish someone told me that adjusting takes time because it really does. Like I said, I was trying to jump in to learning data analysis immediately, not to feel useless and all of that. And if you're in Nigeria, you will relate because I stay with my parents. I mean, this I have no interest in being an adult and piling on rent bills and all of that. If you're judging me, that's your business. I don't care. I don't feel bad about it. I'm saving a lot of money by staying with my parents, and they're not pushing me. That feeling of not wanting to feel useless, I must say, if you're planning on going on a gap year, please give yourself time to bedrot. I'm serious. Like that single decision, I've not bedrotted up to now. And it makes me feel bad in a way because I realize I'm still on the move. I'm still trying to learn data analysis. I'm trying to create content. Like there's so many, although agreed, I am happy about that because I'm actually exploring a bunch of things I've been into throughout this my gap year. And of course, I'm going to share them in successive videos. But allow yourself bedrotting time. If you are planning on going on a gap year, don't just jump into the next project. Allow yourself sleep all day. Allow yourself press phone all day. Allow yourself do whatever it is your little heart desires for at least a month. It is absolutely okay. It's absolutely normal. Don't be like me. Even if you've been going to work for only 1 year, you've built a routine for the past 12 months. And you need to respect that your body has been used to one thing and you're trying to transition it into another thing and it needs more time to get used to that thing. Me, I did not do that one. I was trying to force my body out of corporate mode into out of routine mode. So I tried to force my body to start becoming hyper energetic. Meanwhile, in my brain knows that I'm no longer rushing to work. So it does not feel that need to jump in, especially since my brain also knows that I quit the job to rest. So it's trying to get me to rest, but my body was refusing it. Don't be like me. Take time off to rest and bedrock. And that is 5 major realizations I had by month 1. Don't worry, I have a whole lot of gist coming up. A lot has been happening. Like I said, these 9 months, a lot has been happening, and I'm going to be gisting you throughout on this page. And the idea behind this series is to encourage you to go on a gap year, especially my Christians, and especially my Nigerians, and especially women, because our body does not work the way corporate culture wants us to work. So I hope that these 3 categories of people would be able to come on a gap year by the time I'm done with this series. Now, this is not about me romanticizing quitting. No. If you know you really cannot quit your job, please don't quit and say, oh, it's one girl, Cynthia, that encouraged me to quit my job. I am not there. But I have to admit that this rest period gave me a whole lot of perspective. And that's the perspective that I'm sharing with you. If you're thinking of taking some time off, or if you're currently in a gap year and you can relate to some of the things I just said, and you are probably thinking, nah, I don't want to go back, it's okay. It's totally fine. If that's the realization that you got in your own gap year, trust me, the gap year was a success because that's the whole essence of it, taking a step back to reassess exactly what you want. Now I've been doing all the talking. It's your time. You have to gist me. If you're currently in a season or if you're also on a project or on a gap year, tell me some of the realizations that you had. I want to know. I don't want to do all the talking in this series. I need you guys to talk back to me. And if you love this kind of content, don't forget to subscribe for more. There's much more gap year content where this is coming from.